action camera definitely has its merits. It's light, it's a competent camera, and it won't break the bank to buy one. But for all the usability, it lacks the one thing it needs to let it fulfill its intended purpose as an action camera. When you buy the Yi, what you get in the box is a micro USB cable, an instruction booklet, a battery, and the camera itself. But what of its promise as an action camera? The Yi itself isn't built to be something to drop from any height, and it has nothing in the way of protection against the elements. Compared to the competition, the Yi seems to lack something critical. Until now. Several companies have stepped up to offer waterproof housings for the Yi and let the Yi take its rightful place among its action camera brethren. Having a good housing is what allows the action cameras to survive impacts, weather, submersions. Without one, an action camera is really only just a camera. The third-party Yi housing is compatible with GoPro-style action camera mounted accessories, of which are in huge abundance in the market at this time. The added impact protection means that the Yi can now participate in action sports, without so much fear that the camera and footage might meet an unintended and abrupt end. But will these third-party housings match up to the reputation for robustness that the GoPro has enjoyed in the past? What can the Yi's third-party housing withstand in terms of punishment? The manufacturer of the housing says that the housing will protect your camera to a submerged depth of 40 meters. This makes sense since the housing is built closely following the same construction as the GoPro's housing. We haven't yet had the chance to take the Yi on a dive, but what we did do is dunk it in a pool to see if it leaked. To our relief, the housing proved to be watertight, keeping our Yi safe down to 4 feet with no trace of moisture inside the case after. While there isn't any official testing protocol for drops, GoPros and their housing are known to weather drops on a regular basis. We tested dropping the housing from 5 feet and 10 feet onto concrete and, well...
Blue light.
It stayed on through the whole thing and shot video just fine after. The housing had a couple of scuffs on it, but it came through like a champ. Now GoPros has survived way worse than what we subjected the Yi to, but this isn't a bad start for a third-party housing. The Yi's build is much lighter than the GoPro, and we wouldn't want to drop it without the housing for sure. That brings us to one important thing that needs to be made clear. Damage to the camera within a third-party housing is neither covered by Xiaomi nor the housing manufacturer in the warranty. While the housing does seem to work as advertised in enhancing the protection of your camera, the liability for damage is solely on the user. Still, a waterproof housing is in our opinion absolutely the way to go with the Yi, offering both impact and elemental protection to your investment, as well as opening the door to a host of existing accessories for the GoPro. Check out the waterproof housing for the Yi on CameraLaw.com. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up.